some representatives from pharma on it, but their role is not to be involved in the decision, sort of the criteria for making decisions about distribution. And if past practice is any indication, they tend to go where the greatest outbreak is, which was one of the reasons why everyone was so upset when Indonesia was stepping out, because they are really, Egypt, Indonesia, and I can't remember what, who else are sort of the international leaders in novel avian flu.
You want to go first? Then I'll go.
Thank you. Thanks for the comments. Two things. First of all, about the WHO and regulation, I agree totally. I was using the WHO only as the hub for creating the eligibility and affiliation process. And I strongly believe that the market forces should take their toll, and that will connect to Glenn's question, because clearly, if you create a list of providers that do not abide, and you create the list, you have the deterrence not on the so to speak, litigation, but rather on the financial market. Now, clearly, those of you who follow the deterrence literature and malpractice see that deterrence anyway is so weak. I mean, they don't pay the price. I mean, so there's a disconnection. And in all those countries that had actually adopted the no-fault, New Zealand and the Nordic countries and others, are dealing with the deterrence in a different way. They're using sanctions that are connected to disciplinary measures. And it's very easy to take the medical World Wide Web and then have the WHO create this interstate retaliation against those who go substandard, that provide substandard care. So regulation will be dealt with within the countries, but with the considered action by the WHO. And it's true that we need to make sure that deterrence is done, but not through the malpractice. Thanks for the question.
Well, let me add to what was just said by Gil. First of all, the whole notion of the government getting involved in healthcare issues started actually with the city of Connecticut in New Haven. European immigrants were coming, some of them had yellow fever. The city of New Haven said that under the doctrine of public safety, we have the right to impose vaccinations, we have the rights to do quarantine. That's the basis on which the public safety doctrine originally started. So when California went ahead and used the thing in telemedicine against a doctor who was out of state, I think they're going very, very far ahead from the original notion of what public safety is, and here is the case of a public safety across state boundary lines. So we feel it was overstepping it, and this is an area which we really think should be mandated more by federal statute rather than by state statutes. Second issue is about adjudication. We have a different paper altogether looking at this issue of medical disputes across national boundaries. We did look at a number of organizations, how they've solved disputes which are across national boundaries. We have actually looked very deeply in the issue of World Trade Organization, whether those mechanisms can be used. The World Trade Organization has some very good features to it, the notion, but on the other hand, in